In today's rapidly evolving higher education landscape, especially in a diverse context like South Africa, it's essential for educators to understand how students learn with varying levels of access to resources, school quality, and home support. No single teaching approach fits all. That's where learning theories come in. They offer structured ways to think about how knowledge is acquired and how teaching can be adapted to meet students' needs. Good afternoon, everyone. I go by the name of Sharon Maluka, and let's briefly compare four major learning theories that shape teaching and learning in higher education, namely behaviorism, cognitivism, constructivism, and connectivism. Starting off with behaviorism. It focuses on observer behaviors shaped by external stimuli like rewards and punishments. It's effective for task-based learning and skill drills, but it doesn't address internal thought processes. Cognitivism looks inside the mind. It sees learning as a process of acquiring and organizing knowledge. Memory, prior experience, and mental structures are key. This theory supports structured problem solving and goal-oriented learning. Constructivism emphasizes that learners actively build their own understanding through experience. It's social and personal. Students interpret knowledge based on their context. This approach is ideal for collaborative and reflective learning. Lastly, we have connectivism. It's a modern theory for the digital age. It views learning as forming connections across networks, people, platforms, and information. It supports rapid adaptive learning and is especially relevant in tech-driven environments. In summary, each theory offers unique strengths. Namely, behaviorism is great for foundational skills, while on the other hand, cognitivism supports structured thinking, while constructivism encourages critical reflection. Lastly, connectivism prepares students for a connected digital world.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Tibo Mokoni. Today, we are going to compare and contrast four influential learning theories: behaviorism, cognitivism, constructivism, and connectivism. As educators, understanding the underlying assumptions, key principles, and implications of various learning theories is crucial for creating effective learning environments. Let's begin with behaviorism. Behaviorism is a learning theory that sees learning as a conditioning process whereby students respond to external stimuli. It emphasizes the role of reinforcement, punishment, and repetition in shaping behavior. For example, Mr. Modell might give students a small prize for attending classes regularly. These are the key principles which are included in this theory: stimulus response association, operant conditioning, reinforcing, and the importance of external visible action over internal mental states. Moving on to cognitivism, this theory highlights the importance of mental procedures in the process of learning. It assumes that learners actively develop their own understanding by evaluating information and linking it to prior knowledge. For example, a professor might ask students to summarize a reading assignment in their own words. The key principles which are included here include active mental processing, knowledge organization into schemas, and emphasizes on instructional design and structured learning environments. But how do you think that this theory emphasizes on mental representations and prior knowledge might influence the design of learning materials and activities? Thank you.
My name is Chililo Mildred Shamano. I will be taking you through a constructivism and connectivism of learning theories. Constructivism, key principles, active learning, social interaction, learning through experience, implication of higher education. Connectivism, key principles, learning and knowledge are located within diversity of viewpoints. Learning is making connection between specific nodes of or sources of information. Technology and social networks are at the center of learning. Learning is a decentralized process. Learning is a continuous process. Implication for higher education. Constructivism. Strength. Constructivism is based on a theory of learning that lists learning as an active process. Learners use experiences, interacting and reflecting to construct their own understanding and knowledge. Limitation. Construction method can be strictly to implement in larger classes where there is insufficient time for all students to engage in groups. Connectivism. Strength. It is a provider of a changeable information, age and support self-directed learning. It is promotes teamwork and comprehensive. Limitation. Overdependence of digital tools and devices for learning can lead to overwhelming their performance. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. My name is Arhopotsapo. I'm going to be discussing question 2, critically evaluate the strengths and limitations in different educational contexts in South African higher education. Based on behaviorism, behaviorism is based on a premise that learning occurs when there is a change in behavior influenced by rewards or punishment. Learning occurs through a process of conditioning in which a response to a stimulus is reinforced or punished, leading to the strengthening of or weakening of the behavior. In higher education, particularly in large classrooms, behaviorism strategies such as rewarding attendance, providing praise, and conducting regular quizzes can effectively motivate students to participate. For example, many first-year classes in South African universities are overcrowded. Behaviorism aids lecturers in managing these large groups and encourages students to attend classes and complete their assignments. Under cognitivism, in the higher education context, there are several advantages of cognitive models as students are able to understand complex content through different means, such as videos, mind maps, and detailed step-by-step instructions, which can be easily beneficial for South African students that may struggle with academic language or the abstractness of subjects like mathematics and science. Thank you.
And I'll be focusing on our connectivism and how it impacts the South African education. In a nutshell, connectivism offers several significant advantages, primarily focusing on creating dynamic and interconnected learning environments. These include fostering collaboration, empowering learners, and embracing diverse perspectives, and emphasizing the importance of ongoing learning in a rapidly changing world. But with that said, it also has its limitations. One of its major limitations is over-dependence on digital tools and diverse on their devices for learning that can lead to overwhelming students in the long run. I'll be also looking at the conclusion and future directions. In summary, the four learning theories all differ in how they merge into the South African education space. No single theory can be applicable in all contexts as a teacher. So teachers have to be creative in how they conduct their classes. The best techniques or strategies should emerge from a combination of factors in class. Some teachers have to consider the size of the groups, subject of study, wider resources, the needs of every individual, and many more. In South Africa is a diverse and unfair society with unequal access to resources, and by using a combination of learning theories, teachers can be more effective. It is possible to support the idea of a more equitable and inclusive education with the help of the government. Thank you very much.